What's up there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris. Want another pretty cool picture for you guys today. We're going to go back to Mercury. I've been kind of looking at Mercury here and there, different, planets and pictures. I've got a bunch of these anyway, and I kind of bounce back and forth just to give you guys a little different flavor once in a while, instead of all Mars, of all, the moon or whatever. So we do a little bouncing here and there. I believe this is Pier 11356. This is where you guys can get it from. You can see looking back to the source, and here it is, target name, Mercury. It was the messenger probe, or satellite rather, and the MDIS, narrow angle, viewing. But here's your TIFF, and it's not even that big. I mean, it'll take all of a couple of seconds to load it, and you'll be good to go. The PEG, the JPEG, not so much, but look what it says here. And one of the first images transmitted back to the Earth following messenger's second flyby of Mercury, an image of an entire departing, planet, and then it's got another pier, a different picture, a spectacular, I'll be alright, an extensive system of rays can be seen. This NAC image shows a close-up view of the apparent source of those rays, a crater 110 kilometers or 68 miles in diameter located in the northern region of Mercury. The location of this bright crater is consistent with Earth-based radar images which suggest a very fresh rayed impact crater in this area. The amazing extent of this large ray system is visible for the first time in Messenger's newly acquired images. BS. The reason why I say that is because, let me go back to this other picture here. And like I said, you can get this right here. You can see it's Pier 11356. But there's your date. It was 10/9/08. That's when it was added, but I think it actually was transmitted to Earth on the 6th. But either way, again, I got to flag BS in this, and I'm going to tell you why. And I see this a lot. Anytime I see a picture here with, you're looking at these here. Why is it that, all right, you're looking at all of this part of this planet, and it just happens to be this bright area. Okay, what gives? So either the first thing you think of is something shiny, okay, because what's reflecting? Why isn't anything else super bright like that? If the light, let's say the sun's showing from the northeast, or let's say the upper right side of this picture, coming down, wouldn't a lot of things be super bright? So what gives? So you got to question. I'm not saying you always find something there, but you just got to ask questions. And believe me when I tell you, it's not what you think it is. I stumbled on this. Now, you won't see it super good, but you're going to see it enough to say, wow, that is just odd. Now, I noticed right off the bat, as soon as you zoom in, there's just pixelation as usual, smudging out. It's all over in the back here. Look at this, which makes me think, hey, what's back here? Look at this, some kind of long cylindrical thing. But things don't always appear, they kind of look like you go, okay, long cylindrical thing. There's actually multiple things in this area, and I didn't know that until I actually started taking this picture apart. And I didn't do this whole picture, guys. I did like right in this area here, because that's what was the most intriguing to me, and then in this section over here. We're going to do this area here, because this really blew my mind. I went, wow, this is neat. You can actually see something's actually shaped in here. There's something there. There's something right there. Right here. There's something there, and there's a bunch of blurring and just digital pixelations everywhere you look on this crater. So I'm thinking, okay, well, what would, like I said, what would be the shiniest part of this crater, and why? Why did they, I read it to you. They're like, oh yeah, this is the reason for all the shiny pictures or that's being sent back to Earth. Why, so. Yeah. Anyway. So I started going through this thing, and I'm just going to square it off for you guys. Do a little something here. Let me just go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. It'll make it a lot easier. Now, none of this is going to be super clear, but you're going to see, well, here's your base image. And I don't know if you guys just see but a bunch of crap and blotch. And that's what you're supposed to see. Okay. Okay. Here's levels. Equalize it a little bit. Now, I don't know about you guys, but you can start to see all these little weird things all in the background. You can't, there's no really definition to any of it, but just suddenly you can just see these from here. See how they're all darkened right here, a little darkened in the background? Okay. So if you see these now, you've got to question this. Like, what is it? Is it just mountain size? Is it just mountain ranges? Is it whatever? if I'm not mistaken, let me see if this shows it again, because it says right here. Okay, 14,000 miles is the spacecraft altitude, so it's pretty high from the surface. So I get that. Um, so now, okay, let's continue on. Let me do this. All right, levels, equalize. We'll blur it up a little bit. Okay, now you start to see these things right here. See it? Looks like a building back here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's kind of like black, like a dark grayish. There's like these weird things all in here. And now there's a bunch of crap in this thing. I mean, you could just see, look at this. It's just, wherever you look, it's in there. There's something in there. Okay? You'll see, too, over here, I'm going to have, like, it looks like streets and small things. I mean, you can see it just a little bit here, even. There's, like, all these weird shapes and whatever else is. And now, keep in mind, this is not inverted. I'm going to invert it in the next step. And this is where you're going to see this thing come to life. Right here, look at. Suddenly you can start to see what looks like square windows or some kind of weird openings. Call them what you will, but look at, see right here. It kind of goes down. And you can just start to see it. Now, this is bright, and so it's probably going to be pixelated or kind of like a grayscale squared out image on yours. But I'm seeing it just, it's just like really white here. And they purposely did this, guys. I mean, even if I do this and go back, come on. This is the base picture right here. This is what you get when you get this picture. So, come on. They purposely did this to hide this. There it is. There's your invert. From this. Okay. And I'm going to bring this down a little bit so we can actually see this a little bit better. Suddenly, what is that? And there's something below it. I don't know if this is all one piece. But then I looked and there's something else on this side. Going down right here. There's something right there. See it? If I sharpen it a little bit, it might give you a little bit more pixelation. So let me just go back to the regular invert. But you can see it looks like a window. 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 Looks like some kind of top window over here. You can see it's rounded. It actually looks like it has wheels, but I'm not going to say that's what it is. But, I mean, come on, look at this. Rounded here in the front. It looks like this might have been damaged because it's not straight line. It should be like this, but it's kind of like bent down and up. But you can see like it has like openings of some sort. And now look in the background here. Look at all this crazy stuff. Look at this right here. It looks like a rocket. See it? See it in the back? And it looks like it's got some kind of like shiny cockpitted area. See that? Look at all these weird things right here. Look at all this. Everywhere you look, there's something strange. Look at this. Everywhere. And then you go back to this and you can see this. It looks like a little vehicle or some kind of transport. Is it a spaceship? What is this? And it just happens to be right in the middle of this crater. This bright crater, as NASA calls it. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing shapes here. And as always, I'm going to let you guys comment and tell me what you think. Because look at this. I'm seeing these little circles. Circle, circle. These weird shapes everywhere you look. And don't get me wrong, we're still not seeing the whole thing, and I'm going to tell you why. Once I get to this picture, you're going to see why this is so wild, and you're going to understand why I get a kick out of this stuff, and I go after this stuff like a pit bull, because what you think you see, you don't. In other words, half the stuff is in the pictures, half the stuff is blotched out. And I'm going to show you a perfect example of this, and you guys are going to be like, oh, I see why you do it now. Right here, like I said, I love the way this, look at this. It's some kind of craft. I don't know if it's one piece or there's multiple. Because it looks like it's got some kind of square top here. It goes down, and it's right behind this other little vehicle, spaceship, call it what you want. See it? And then there's other multiple things. There's something cylindrical right there on the side. I don't know if I can actually just go back out of that a little bit. No, I can't. Yeah, but see, it's brightened, but it's right there. It's cylindrical. It's right on the side of this little, what looks like a craft. And I didn't even have to go all the way in here. And you can see this where it's, you can actually see these squared off shapes. I mean, so, come on. It's right there. Let me see if I can bring it down just a little bit. Maybe it'll help you guys. At least on my picture, because it's an LCD screen. You know, if you go to the top of the screen, sometimes you look at it a different way. Like I put it way up here. It looks darker to me. Now, I could be wrong. It's just the way I'm viewing it because it's where I'm seated and I'm bringing it down lower to my eye level. So, it may be just the way I'm seeing it. But anyway, this looks like a far cry from this to this. And when you back out, I mean, come on. Far cry from what we just saw. So let me zoom back in. Go back to this. And like I said, you can start to see shapes and stuff. If I blur it, suddenly now you start to see these little shapes. See it? But see how it's got these little weird things. It looks like almost like a car wheels or something like that. But it could be anything. It could be a landing gear for all the heck I know. And even back here, without doing a thing to this picture, without doing a thing, look at all these weird things in the background. Like, see this? Just weird everything. There's like little buildings or big, well, actually they'd be big buildings, I guess, but, look at this, something around here. Here's the thing I get puzzled by, and I don't know if you guys know this, but, if you've ever looked at these pictures and got puzzled yourself, you go, okay. In my videos, I mentioned a lot of things about transportation devices, whether it be cars, trucks, might be spaceships. Because, how did this stuff get here? Somehow, one way or the other, stuff had to get here by a spacecraft, right? So, whether it be ours or somebody else's, it had to have been something. But, you go, where are most of the houses? You're seeing most vehicles, where the house? Well, how do we know they're not burrowed in the ground? And all they do is they use the outside just to travel, and then that's it. But most of the time, they're in the ground. I don't know. It's just a theory. I'm not saying that's what's true. But see, now I'm going to invert this. Now, watch how this in the background changes. Suddenly, see, like you can see this right here. Watch this. Let me go back to blur. See how like it's right there, no problem. There's something right there. Now watch this. Suddenly now it looks like a spaceship, and this is all blotched out. This is all black. Where it's light. So what you think you see, you really don't. There's some stuff in the picture, and then some of it's negative. So you're seeing just half of the picture. At least that's my, theory. We can sharpen that a little bit. Yeah. I like to blur it because it's like, well, not totally blur, but let's do this. But you can see just the weird shapes. So, and I'm telling you right now, that's some kind of spaceship, vehicle, whatever, call it what you will. But, it just happens to be perfect right in this middle of this crater. Now, how big is this thing? That's what you got to ask yourself, because if this thing's 14,000 miles in the air as far as the spacecraft, the elevation off the surface, man, how big is this thing? So, I don't know. Now let's go into this other section here. Okay. And you can see where I got it squared off. Okay, right off the bat, look at it. You start to see something in here. See them? From this, and you can still see something right there with this weird, looks like elongated triangle kind of thing, just kind of like hiding. But here's that cylindrical thing I told you, looked like one piece. Okay. Let's blur up a little bit. Now you can see something right there. It looks like it's got a corner here, like it's, see it? And then it's got this, looks like it kind of goes like to a point, but it looks like it's metallic, like it's all one piece here, see it? And then there's something on top of it. This actually looks like a car. It looks like it's got a wheel, and look how it slopes up, and you can actually see what looks like little rectangular openings, or windows, whatever they would be. Okay, sharpen that. Now keep in mind, this is just a regular picture. This is not inverted. All right, see this part in the left picture? See how it goes like this? Okay, and there's nothing here. You would think it would continue on. Huh, it does. Watch. Suddenly, there's something here. See how like this, everything takes on a whole new picture? Or see it? There's something totally different. Not there. There. But now look right here in this dark, blurred out spot. You're going to see that suddenly come alive. Suddenly there's something there. And it's still something a little screwed up right there as far as blotched out. But you can see it anyway. It's right here at the base of it, and then it's all messed up. Invert it. Suddenly this thing continues on. Now what is it? Because it looks like it's got some kind of cockpit area type thing. It's got some opening here, and it looks like some kind of craft. Here it is. What it is, I couldn't tell you, but it's there. And there's something in the back here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's like 1, 2, and they're the same shape. And then back here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6 openings here, like shooting out the side here. See it? Now it's in white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something right there. And you can see whatever these are. These are blurred out. But that might be actually in the picture. But even then, it's still a little blurred out. See them right there? I'm telling you guys, it's crazy. It's just absolutely nuts. See now you can see them a little bit more pronounced. Okay? See that? But you can see how like one thing takes on another. Like that's why I always invert, because you see two sides of this picture. One thing you see, next thing you don't. Like I said, right here, this whole thing right here, to nothing. Where did it go? It's actually there. You can see it right here. It's actually right here. And it comes up to right here. But it's all pixelated. I don't know if I'll zoom in just so you can maybe you can see the pixelation a little bit better. But you can actually see there's something laying right here. But anyway, it goes out to here. And you can see where it actually goes up to here. Watch this. See, there's something blurred out even right here. There's all kinds of crap. It's blurred out. Oh, it's crazy, man. It's... See it? Even right here is like really blurred out. I think they... Man, I don't know. There's stuff in these pictures that... I wish we could see half the stuff that's blurred out, let alone the stuff we can see. So you can imagine what's on these planets and what's here. But anyway, I'll let you guys tell me what you think, because... I don't know if these are spacecraft. There's got to be, I mean, at one point, I mean, people will say, well, that's far-fetched. I don't believe that. But at one point, if these are real, and I believe that they are, because some of them look like they're completely wrecked, they've been there for who knows how long. If they're there, my theory is simply this. How did they get there? And if they travel from, interplanetary, how do they travel? There has to be spaceships there one way or the other. And, people think of these little green guys traveling around on little UFOs. They don't necessarily have to be that way. I mean, it could be anything, and it's hard to wrap your head around it and fathom it a little bit. But these are here. This is that bright, crater that they were talking about, and I could see a little vehicles. And just tilt your head a little to the right, and you can see this thing sitting right there. And it's piggybacked, or it's multiple things here, because there's something right on the side of the... I don't know if I can... Let me just do this. Okay, let me just go one step up. See, it seems like there's something blurred out right there. It's all pixelated there, too. So, I don't know. You guys tell me. I mean, there it is. And I'm going to do one more area here. And I don't know if I can do this because it's a little hard to make this out. But right underneath here, go all the way down. That's that picture there. Go right here. There's actually some, what looks like little roads. You can see them in here. See them? Like all traveling here. Even here you can still see it a little bit. You can see like all these little funky little things here. There's actually something here. Look at this. It's kind of round. It's got all these weird blades or something sticking out of it. Look at it. Something right here. And you notice it's right on the edge of this crater. That's what's really goofy. See it? And it's got a platform right here. See it? Here, platform. Like I said, you got to tilt your head to the right because then it would be actually level. Just these weird things. Look how tall this thing is. Just comes right down to it. Yeah. I don't know. Let me see if we can even bring this out. I mean, that's not the most important of this video anyway. But let's do a little. Okay. All right. Now I don't know if you could just see these things in the background here. I mean, they're there. Let me do this. Okay. Alright. You can just see them here. I mean, I had it actually better than this, but I really wanted to focus on these here, because this was more important to me than this was. So, if I don't get to that and I can't really see it too much, that wasn't really my intention, because I would have had it a lot better adjusted for you guys. So, there'll probably be another part to this, so don't sweat that. Let me do this. Okay. But me, I really wanted to convey this stuff to you right here, because this to me was more important. Let me see. Okay. But again, this is the major stuff I wanted to show you between these two. And like I said, I could see a vehicle, several vehicles, or whatever this is, spaceship, call it what you want, sitting right in this crater. And like I said, I can see all of these weird platforms and stuff standing up. You can actually still see it right here, still standing up. Yeah. There's like all these weird things all on the side of it. I don't know. But it's there. Go to this side. And like I said, this is, when you invert, you're actually seeing both sides of this picture. Like I said, here. Not there. I don't know if this is something giant right here, but there's something way back in here that's pretty big too. Anyone's guess could be right. I mean, really, at this point, who knows? So, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to back on out of this, and I'm going to just back out just for the heck of it. And you guys can see this right here. You can still see this right there, right here. And there's something on the side you really can't see too well, so you really don't have to really worry about concentrating on it. But again, it looks like this craft sitting in the back. I don't know if it's some kind of spaceship. but there's all these weird things just sitting all over the surface of this. How big they are, what they are, is beyond me. I want to say spacecraft, but like I said, it's anyone's guess at this point. It really is. But it's no bright crater, that's for sure. So with that, I want to let you guys go. Back on out of this picture. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think, because I'd be curious what you guys see and what, you know, the difference what I see and what you guys see. That's why I flipped it back and forth as far as the inversion. Let me know what you guys see, what you think. It's always welcomed. I like to hear from my subscribers. If you're not yet a subscriber, please do so. I've got some wild stuff coming up, and I think you'll like it. I like to bounce around. I'm going to use the term bounce around in our solar system and find whatever I can find, and just bring these anomalies to you guys. But leave a comment. And like I said, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Give me a thumbs up. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching. So with that, I'll let you guys go, and I will see you next pick.